noches. Good evening. Hello. It's Monday night. We made it through another weekend. All right, we're live again. We were reconnecting. We had an internet issue, apparently. Welcome in, welcome in. You know, it's still Bang Bang Niner Gang. What's up, G? Oh, they're playoff worthy. They just didn't make it. How you doing tonight, brother? You get COP'd again or what? I haven't seen you in a while. I was wondering last night what happened to you. Just smoked a J. Okay. So welcome in, everybody. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's good stuff, bro. Glad to hear you're working. That's definitely a good thing. We got to go get that money, right? Maybe one day my dream of being a full-time YouTuber will come true and I'll quit my job, but we're nowhere near that yet. So, hey, what's up, Mexican G? He says, hey, yo, Roberto, que vole, carnal, que vole, homie. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I missed a lot of you guys last night on the live, so it's kind of the only reason I'm doing one tonight, because off to San Diego for boot camp tomorrow. Charles, what's up, Charles? He says, do you have any advice for me? I'm off to San Diego for boot camp tomorrow. As far as the military goes, I don't necessarily have any advice, but I think it's a good choice to go into San Diego, Pendleton, I'm assuming, Marine Corps. Shout out to you for that, bro. And congrats. Just go do your thing, you know? And I mean, that's awesome. Appreciate your service. Do me a favor, guys, hit that like button while you're in here, if you would. Yesterday's topic, we're talking about football. Hey, enjoy your night as well, sir. Like I said, I appreciate you. Yesterday we were talking about football, a little bit about conspiracy theories and some of the terror stuff that happened over New Year's and whatnot. So we didn't dig too deep into the conspiracy stuff, but do not listen to G on that one. Mexican G says, I used to work on the 29 Palms base. Oh, that's awesome, bro. What's up, Israel? Joel, what's up, bro? He says, let's see if G can be a good boy tonight. Somehow I doubt that. There's 27 of us in here and only one like. Come on, guys. Do me a favor and hit that like button. Rico's Roughneck Gaming. Don't know about football, obviously. It was an off year. We had a lot of injuries. And I know the Lions had a lot of injuries too, but what can I say? They did it, But next year, we're playing a fourth place schedule. We are going to run the NFC West. We're going to run the NFC, period. Are you broken? No, I am not broken anymore. It's Broken Bobby's transformation. I appreciate that, Milton. Yeah, sure, it's the right thing to do, though. Mexican G says, real shit, my cousin took flight on the Sergeant. Oh, I'm sure that did not end well. Yeah, to a certain degree, I would agree there, Do not listen to G. Central Valley TC559 says, what's up, Carnal? What's up, homie? How you doing tonight? Yeah. And I bet you he's probably still doing push-ups or some sort of physical fitness stuff. I don't think the 40 I don't think so. 49ers need at least 3 more seasons. What? We had Brandon Ayuk out. We had Christian McCaffrey out. We had Trent Williams out. Bro, we had 7 all-pro players on IR. Just and they're all under contract next year. So uh, I don't know. I guess we'll agree to disagree on that one. You know what I mean? Because he's a grown man. Oh wow, you haven't seen? Yeah, usually I go live later, bro. But I got on a little earlier tonight, so I'm glad to see you in here, though. I appreciate you. Coco and Q says, like the live, it helps the algorithm and helps the message reach more people. I appreciate that. Want to review Shrooms live? No, this is about this channel is about sobriety. Although that would probably be an interesting review. Appreciate you, Central. Boot camp is going to break you down to build you up. I'll tell you that. Yeah, no, it's all good, bro. No worries at all, James. Does it? I haven't made any money on this channel at all yet. So, yeah. And it really costs you a lot to do that, huh? Why are you drinking if you're sober? Coffee's all right. Yeah, absolutely. Nobody ever, I never heard of anybody being arrested for smoking cigarettes. When I do meth, though, I always end up in jail. When I drink and drive, I always end up in jail. I can smoke and drive until I get lung cancer, and I'll never end up in jail. So that is my take on that. But absolutely, you can, Christopher. You're right. Where are you, bro? Central Valley says last time we talked here, I was on a sick one. How you doing these days, bro? Doing better, I'm hoping. Joel says Blanny a hater. I maybe I missed something. I'm sober, drinking and smoking. Yeah, drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. Good one. Yeah, I am sober. My sober date is August the 9th, 2004. That's the last time I used methamphetamines. So, you know. Hey, shout out to you, Central Valley. He says, but I'm actually 3 months sober now. That is awesome. Congratulations on that, man. Shout out to you. Keep it up. Reason I'm, what does it say? Stinky 3 says, what's the channel feeling? What's the convo here? We're talking about sobriety and kind of whatever's going on. Much love. That's the only reason I am sober, but I was in a heavy. Why does it keep kicking me off of that one? And you know what? I'm on top comments again, I bet. Yep. Let's go to all. No, I don't drink alcohol. You were using meth with it was the real deal. Now it's all bullshit. You fall asleep. Yeah, I don't even know what it's like nowadays, bro, but I hear it's really cheap from people that I do know that are still in that life, if you will, but like I'm hearing like $40 eight balls, like what the WTF, that ain't looking for you. That meant to have you out there like a street light looking for people that ain't looking for you, man. For real, bro. Joel says, I'm almost 2 months sober of alcohol. Shout out to you, Joel. And we're proud of you, bro. Yeah, no, it definitely is. And, I was that guy when I was using. When I thought everybody was out to get me, the typical, the feds are watching me. I wasn't doing stuff that big, you know. But D says, "How did you quit it?" Um, I was working on getting my life together. They had put me on a court card in San Bernardino County. A court card, if you don't know, basically is you're in a drug diversion program through the court. And if you complete the drug diversion program, then your felony gets dropped to a misdemeanor. And like they dismiss the case or whatever. So you have to go to meetings, 90 meetings in 90 days type of thing. So I started out that way, but I was still struggling with it. Eventually, I would go into a 90-day in home program where, I started to learn some stuff, but I still wasn't ready. And eventually, I ended up in prison. And when I got out of prison, I checked myself back into another 90-day rehab program, and I hit the ground running on that one. So that's kind of the overview of how that happened. Uh, Man, Christopher Roberts says that meth have you fixing stuff that ain't broke. Joel's got 57 days. Shout out to you, Joel. That's awesome. Yeah, Mexican cheese. That's what I've heard, bro. I don't know. I haven't bought one in a long time. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's crazy. Don't listen to G. Do no, I don't ride motorcycles. I don't drink alcohol anymore. My alcohol sobriety date is more recent than my meth sobriety date, but um, it's been years since I've had alcohol. Yeah, I definitely plan on staying sober. Stinky three, and I drive trucks. And of course, D. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the comments here. Tell me how to eliminate poverty, man. If you get the answer to that, let me know. Symbol. Yeah, I haven't drank alcohol in years. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it was. Uh, yeah, definitely praise Jesus, Ray. We're all legends in our own mind, right? Man, if that ain't the truth, Christopher. And honestly, those 12 steps to sobriety kind of helped me to realize that. Like I had to give it up to somebody other than myself and realize there was a God that wasn't me. Because when I was running around with the sack and the pistol, you couldn't tell me shit. Um, like I thought I was that dude. And I remember I got busted in Pico Rivera. They caught me with about 2 ounces of crystal and a bunch of bullets, but they didn't find there was no pew pew, right? And I remember the cops were high fiving each other, and I said to him, I said, "You guys act like you just took down Pablo Escobar or something. Like there's a metric ton of this shit floating around your city as we speak. Like this is nothing. Like stop acting like you did something so great. But I did have to learn that it wasn't that I wasn't all that like I thought I was. Uh, yeah, I did drink alcohol. I haven't had a drink in probably about 10 years. Something like that. It's been quite a while. Uh, yeah, and Joel has been doing it. He's been checking in. So, man, for real though, bro, Central Valley, bet you was acting like Pablo Escobar. I sure thought I was. I sure thought I was. But reality check kicked in, and yeah, nope, I was just broken Bobby. Uh, are you on finasteride? I don't even know what that is, Paul. Uh, what was the pistol for? Just for shits and giggles. I mean, we're online right now, right? This is live. Anybody could make a copy of this, but I was moving some narcotics, which I did catch a case for, so I can say that now. But usually had large quantities in my mind of methamphetamine and a lot of cash. So it was my security, I guess you would say. Uh, my worst day sober is better than my best day drunk. Man, real talk, Christopher. Real talk. And I've said this before. And I'll say it again. I was in Delano. My celly had just hit for some dope. Canteen had hit, and I remember him coming into the cell all giddy with his paper of dope. You know what I mean? Like a $50 paper, which is like nothing. And I remember him looking at me and telling me, Bobby, does it get any better than this? And I thought to myself, wow, like it's what am I doing with my life? You know, like, does it get any better than this? Hell yeah, it gets better than this. Like, are you kidding me? Jeez. Niners beat them boys. Uh, how much month? How much meth you do this morning, Bobby? I haven't done meth since 2004. Uh, do you have for collecting exactly Mexican G or for protection? You know, uh, and absolutely, the only way to the Father is through the Son, Jesus Christ. You're right, Christopher. Uh, I think Joel's telling the truth. What you eat for Christmas, Bobby? We had ham, we had turkey, we had all the fixings. The wife made the fruit salad and the cheese casserole, like all the good stuff, you know. Like it was really nice. Um, hey, what's up, Andreas? I just realized that was you. Mike, are you putting in an order for 2 8 balls? Wow. Well, I'm glad you don't anymore, Jew 87. No, we're not doing shots. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit that like button. The way you tore down the cigarette, I could swear. Nah, I haven't. You look a bit like Aaron Ra. I don't know. Nah, I'm not doing that, Mexican G. Good try. Thinks everyone is lying. Yeah, G thinks everyone is lying but him, right? G tells the truth, but everybody else lies. Tell us what's really going on here, Bobby. Some sobriety is going on here, D. That's exactly what's going on. I found sobriety in my life, and I'm trying to bring some of you guys along with me for the ride. So be sure to subscribe. Check out my playlist, you know. Ghostbot says, why is your name Broken Bobby? It's actually, the channel's called Broken Bobby's Transformation. And when I was addicted to meth and struggling with alcohol, I was broken, but it's a transformation. And here I am, you know, sober, a little overweight. I'm about to go hit the gym here in a little bit. I'm working on that. But, you know, it's a process. So appreciate your question. G says, you ever pop someone? I've never been charged with that, G, so we'll just leave it at that, you know? Like, there are no open cases. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah. It's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. You must have been watching Raw earlier or something, huh? How much is your haircut over there? Haircuts are about 35. Bobby, how did you meet? Wow, Mike. Life doesn't get much better than some scante in a jail cell. I've done it, bro. Oh my God. What's the biggest, but also you hoop in CDC? No comment. You want to let the toaster spark? I'd be on big results. What up, Rex YT? Definitely, Andreas. How you doing, bro? I haven't heard from you in a while. I don't know. Are you willing to submit to a urine what's a neologist test? Is that like parole? Andres says, we got first ultrasound of the baby. Everything looks smooth, Bobby. Congrats, bro. Super happy for you guys. That's good stuff. It looks like there was a super chat. Oh, okay. Yeah, $5 super chat from Stinky Shoes says, "Stay strong. God loves you more than I do. Stay humble, brother. The bad thoughts never win. Man, keep positive." Appreciate you, bro. Really appreciate that super chat. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want shorts, DH? I got you, bro. We're almost there. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing tonight. Hair test will tell the history, absolutely. You can't just shave your head to get around that because they'll pluck one from under here. They'll find one. I've seen people shave their head and all their facial hair thinking they were going to get away with it. Uh, uh, Come on, Noe. I never tested dirty for cigarettes with parole. I'll tell you that much. Hey, what's up, Fabs? How you doing tonight? I'm doing well. Do I think I'll ever quit cigarettes? I would love to. I honestly would love to, but it's just, I don't know. $5 for more cigs. I would love to, but I've tried a few times and it just hasn't worked out. It hasn't been in the cards at this point. Maybe at some point it will, just not at this point. I appreciate that honest question. Uh, Central Valley says uh, they'll get an ass hair for drug tests. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. No doubt about it. Hey, you're in the 559. What part of the 559 are you in? Exactly. Sexy Latina said it. Anything kind of topic that has to do with cigs, keep it moving. No one's business. Uh, Brian, I guess you must have been there if you're saying I was there and you seen me, right? So, hmm. I don't know if you're trying to make a statement. It's kind of like when one finger's pointing at me, there's three pointing at you. Hmm. Yeah, definitely doing well, Fabs. Hope you're doing good as well, brother. I'm from Southern California. No, I don't smoke weed. Uh, Guys brag about how much they can hoop. Nah, I never bragged about that, Christopher, to be honest with you. And actually, I've never really seen anybody brag about it either. I know people do hoop stuff when you get on some of those really active level 3 and level 4 yards. It's a thing of necessity, to be honest with you, because you get out to that yard and it's wartime. Those other guys have knives. Do you? And if you don't, then you're in a can be in a world of hurt. You know what I mean? So it's a thing of necessity. It's not because people want to hoop knives and stuff. It's just it is what it is. I never liked weed, Lewis. Uh, yeah, I never liked weed for the first time. Scars Stand Strong says, "Congrats on the sobriety. I'm joining your live for the first time. I've been sober. It keeps I think it said I've been sober for 4 years now. Congrats on that, Scars. That's awesome, bro. And I love it when people share that in the chat because it lets people know that the thing is, nobody ever gets to 4 years without 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. You know what I mean? Like you start somewhere. You don't just end up with 20 years and you can't buy that. You can't. The only way to achieve it is 1 day at a time. So yeah, congrats on that, and I'm glad you're sharing that. Brian says I'm flaming, bro, and I'm good with it. Congratulations on that, Brian. I'm glad you're comfortable in your skin. And do your thing. If that's what makes you happy, then hey. Tell us about keystring. I don't got no stories on that. Your eyes is red. Are they? I don't think they are. But uh, G says, if you're not active these days, what would you do if you were to back to prison? Would you program? Um, you know what? I've thought about that question, G, and I think the thing is, if I was going in like for, I was talking to one of the homies at work about this. If I was going in like for, and I was going to be out in a day or two, I would just keep my nose clean. If I got 10 years or something, I would definitely ride GP. That's all I've ever known. You know what I mean? So, uh, I would click up and I would do what I needed to do. Uh, Andreas says the hardest part is how to handle the boredom at first. You're right. You're right. Gail Peck says I just got off heroin. Congratulations on that. Keep going. And the thing is with the boredom, like you can dig into your work. Uh, for me, like I like going to the gym. That's a good place where I can go for a couple hours and like not have to worry about anything. There's not really any bad influences in there as far as that goes. So not letting me comment or click names to time out, but I just figured it out. Okay, cool. Thanks, Cora. Uh what I don't even know what you're talking about, 9-1. I'm from California, Southern California. Fab says to all that are in sobriety, congrats. Absolutely. D Python says 4 years ago was yesterday, Bobby. It's one way of looking at it. That's one way of looking at it. How many prison tats you got? Did you have a good artist? No, not really. Most of my stuff, I did my arms, the names. That was all pick work in reception. Um, yeah, I didn't do much in the pen. Uh, but my shitty tattoos cost me a jar of coffee. So, but they're not at the same time because they have the people I love. So, um, yeah, right. Uh, Pavel says Trump inauguration equals XRP to the sky. At D Python, are you willing? Maybe. Have I ever eaten a frog? Well, that's the random question of the night. No, I haven't. Uh, when Wobbler DUI manslaughter entered the system, do they get criticized for their actions? No. As long as I mean, maybe if there's children involved, that could tilt the scales a little bit, but no, it's the actions of the individual from my experience. Uh, sounds like King of Madness is heading down a bad path. uh, we'll mail you a urine test to prove your innocence. Uh, I don't talk about my politics on here, Zoom in monkey. How many times were you married? I've been married once. Actually, we're going to be married 30 years in April. The beginning was anxiety, then depression, unfortunately. So if you're struggling, keep it going. It gets better. Absolutely. Scars, you're right. No, I don't smoke weed. Lewis says, at Zoom in Monkey, who did you vote for? Cousin Billy said, frog legs are good, similar to chicken. Okay. Yeah, it is, Andreas. I agree. I didn't vote. I'm not American. Do they vote where you live, Zoom in Monkey? What did I say? For me, in the beginning was anxiety. Okay, I seen that one already. It's Ramble. What's Ramble? Are you willing to die for those cigs? What the hell? Can you put your face on? What is that? It keeps kicking me from there. On a T-shirt with the word "dorky dork" on it, it will was sell a lot, and you should make a lot of money. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. I'll sell you one though if you want. Do I think I should pay for your recovery? Why would you pay for my recovery? I'm not trying to sell you anything here. Oh, okay, he's from the UK. Yeah, but you guys are a democratic society, right? What's up, Zonk? Lester, no, I smoke Montegos. Geez, funny. Hey, John Goffin just gave a $20 super chat. Thank you. We really appreciate that. That is awesome. He says Gail Peck, amazing getting off heroin. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that super chat. I really appreciate that. PhD web project, the PI network. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Did I know the douchebag Wes Watson? No, I never ran across that dude when I was doing time. According to Wes, he was on all the hardest yards, and now he wants to sell you a program about fitness and stuff, and he thinks that muscles are everything. I mean, he's seems to be doing well for himself, so I mean, congrats on that. But I started on a level 1 yard. I ended up in a level 3, all in 2 years. Ended up in AdSeg, paroled from AdSeg. So I've heard a lot about his story, but Bobby, you sell any hats of football team? We've been in the NFC Championship like 3 or 4 times in the last 5 years, and in the Super Bowl twice in the last 5 years. So I think we're all right. Rhino says, "What's good, man? What's good, Rhino? Hope you're doing well." I don't want his pork chops. I want his life, essay. James Joel says, "I've been to 6 rehabs starting out when I was a kid. I got clean off of everything 2 years ago. I used shrooms to keep me, man, it keeps kicking me out of what I'm trying to read. It's Swedish krona, CK, not 20 US dollars. Okay. That's too, okay. Yeah. I noticed that because there's like a running tab at the top, but hey, that's cool. Everything's appreciated. So I appreciate that. It's a free mobile app. Let's not talk about that lot, right? Yeah, that's cool. It's gonna be a wonderful day. Do you have to be a part of the Aryan Brotherhood when you were in prison? No, you do not. And you do have to ride with your race. And that's one thing you do have to do. But as far as those organizations in prison, no, you don't have to be a part of that. And in fact, you can't just walk up and say, "I'd like to be a part of that." I'll just leave it at that. Just your garden variety attic watching from North Korea, catching up on some recovery clean today, so it's a win. That's cool. I got a feeling. Good morning, USA. Did you never do cocaine? Your life will never be the same. I agree. I did powder once. I didn't like it. What's up, Michael Carleone? He says Niner Rider. That's right. Uh, no, I don't speak any other languages. I know a little Spanish, but not nearly enough. Did time. Gail Peck says Wes Watson only did time on a level 2, but claims he was. Yeah, if he just told the truth, people wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. And now the thing is, it's come out that Lefty Gunplay wasn't in a lot of the places that he said he was. But and he didn't do 13 straight like he claimed. Like a lot of people, they feel like they need to bump up their resume on the YouTube thing to um, be more relevant. I guess like that's one thing I'm never gonna do is I'm never gonna lie to you guys about where I've been and what I've done. If being on a level 3 isn't good enough for you guys, then my apologies. But honestly, I feel like I was one of the lucky ones that went to prison, got out, and didn't go back. And I didn't end up doing 30 years or something like some of these guys have. And, God bless them that they made it out. But uh, I don't think it makes you any better that you did a quarter century or whatever it may have been. You know what I mean? So uh, that's that. Have you ever did a butt naked burpee in jail? No, but I was in a butt naked riot. I tell the story about that. The riot that never ended. It's one of my older ones. You can go check it out. That was in Supermax in LA County. And it was between the blacks and the Southsiders, actually. But I was the only white in there, and I was kind of under their wing because there was no white guys there. And they kept putting us back in. It kept kicking back off. And eventually they stripped us all out and put us back in there, and it kicked off. Go back and watch the video if that sort of stuff interests you. Brattle87 says, "What do you miss about prison? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. At times the camaraderie was cool, uh, but you know, believe me when I tell you, you could be the dorkiest individual in the world, and those super cool guys that are on those level 4s doing life, they would switch with you in a heartbeat. They would come out and be homeless to get out. Like there ain't nothing about prison that was cool, even though everybody makes it out like it is. Um, using it. James Broken Bobby told me he was freed from death row for double murder. Yeah, Pelican Bay level 6. I was in the super long corridor. uh, James says, when I was using at the end of my use, I thought my own loved ones were trying to kill me. I thought so many things and had so many things made up. I lost a ton of loved ones due to my use. Well, hopefully you can work on mending those relationships, James. Now that you're clean, and the thing is, it's going to take a while to build that trust back up. Believe me, I know. But your actions speak a lot louder than your words. Telling people that you're clean, they're going to have doubts. They're going to be watching. They're going to be looking for you to slip. But keep doing your thing, and your actions speak a lot louder than your words. You know what I mean? Uh, Taftwood says you gave the essays a hand with the blacks. They could repay the favor down the road. Yeah, I suppose. F glorifying prison, says Central Valley. Stay out, people. You'll get in a caught up in a web of violence. Stay out, mi gente. Beeps. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. The thing is, I think a lot of people are so fascinated by prison because they've never been, and they see these guys get out with all these tattoos and muscles and stuff, and they think they look cool, right? But you know, and maybe those people are cool. If that's what you think, then that's what it is, right? But doing time in there, missing the holidays, like I can't tell you how many people have lost their mom while they were in prison. Uh, you know, like is it worth it to be that cool guy? I don't think so. Lewis says, don't they look cool? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's cool? You know what I think is cool? I think what I think is cool is, you know, having a car that you can go in and go take a ride in and go get some food or something, having a home to come home to, having people that love you that you can touch, you know what I mean? And not have to wait for watching your kids grow up in pictures. That none of that stuff is cool. Uh, Taftwood says those level 4 180 yards are nothing nice. Uh, Homie, especially when IGI comes and grabs you and tells you they're validating. Oh, yeah. I couldn't agree more with you on that one, you know? Um, and that's the thing, you know, like when you're in there and you're doing your thing, it's only a matter of time. And like now they had the end of hostilities, so a lot of the big homies are back on the yards. But you know, like when I was in there, like I didn't want to be around people that were in charge, if you will. Um, like that wasn't you know, I didn't want nothing to do with that stuff because those validation points were real. And if you know you get those 3 validation points when I was doing time, that meant an indeterminate shoe, and that meant you were going to live in a 8 by 12 box for the rest of your sentence or your life, depending on what your sentence was. Like nobody wanted nothing to. Well, some people did. Some people enjoyed that stuff, you know. So I don't know, but yeah, that was. Uh, Central Valley says you'll have nothing but time in your time in their stops. Family enjoying your kids is more than cool. Absolutely. I don't think they look cool. I think female. uh, Gail says, what happens when you're validated? Okay, now when I was doing time, this is in the early 2000s. If you were part of a, allegedly a part of a prison gang or an associate of a prison gang, then you would get validation points. If you got 3 validation points, they would send you to an indeterminate shoe at either Corcoran or Pelican Bay. And in the shoe, basically, it's 23 and 1. You're constantly locked down and you're around the worst of the worst, as they put it, I guess. You know, depending on how you look at it, like if you were striving to be somebody, you were around the best of the best, I guess. But, you know, if you were trying to come home, you definitely didn't want to be there. Yeah, exactly. Pixel says, man, listen, I lost my mom free working a federal, where to go? Uh, I lost it. G says, I got validated on Corcoran before I hit the bay. Glad you made it back, homie. Okay, so Pixel says, it keeps kicking me out of there. I'm sorry. He says, I lost my mom free working a federal job. I was too afraid to leave and didn't take FMLA. They like that they have an excuse to not have to participate and really struggle. Yeah, that, sorry to hear that, bro. Uh, Central Valley says, I'm smoking a cigarette with you. I appreciate you, homie. Could survive a county jail, you could survive any prison. No, he says, you think if you could survive LA County jail, you could survive any prison. That is uh, the general consensus is if you can make it in LA County, you'll be all right in the joint. Um, Now, some of these level 4 180s in the shoes is a little bit different, but as far as general population, 1, 2, 3 yards, yeah, like it's no worse than LA County was, in my opinion. She said, I yelled to the CO that my celly was touching me, and he's not my uncle. Wasn't your Theo, huh? Uh, yeah, absolutely. Tapwood says, yes, sir. I used to enjoy it when I was younger. I was in Corcoran shoe. That shit's for the birds. Absolutely. Or Tehachapi, right? Chocolate Chip Scoochie says Jackson County Correctional Service in Southern Ohio. You're locked down 21 hours a day unless you're completely locked down and you starve. Damn. Gail says I only did a dress in and a dress out in a Juliet prison. Damn. Yeah, Tehachapi did have a shoe program, right? Yeah, validation was hell in those days. I don't know how it is now. G said I did 7 in the shoe, then my alarm clock went off and I had to get up and go to work. uh, yeah, absolutely, and that's true. I'm from Southern California. Came here just a minute ago, and maybe you already said something about how old you were when you got to prison, but I'm asking. Okay, yeah, I did miss that one, Roxel. When I made it to prison, I was 30, but I had been in and out of the county jail over the previous 10 years or so. Like, I did a lot of county time. I was actually on probation in San Bernardino, Riverside, and Los Angeles counties all at the same time. So every time I would catch a violation in one county, that meant 3 violations. So, if Riverside County gave me a 9-month violation, then I was going to get 9 and 9 with the other ones. And that progressed. Then it became a year, a year, a year. And finally, when I did get my prison term, LA County was trying to give me another year, and I said, no, screw that, because one means 3. And, give me a prison sentence. Give me a prison number. Maybe I can shake a prison number instead of trying to deal with all these probation officers. So they offered me a 2-year deal, and I took it. Yeah, I've been in several riots. I have several videos on riots up. No way. If you scroll through my playlist, you'll see. You can see those. Noah S says I'm going to prison for the next 10 years, homie. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. What state are you in? What'd you do? What's up, Jet Plays? If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Channel's about sobriety. It's about recovery. It's about getting clean, and my addiction, and all the crazy places that my addiction took me. It took me to a bunch of crazy places. I couldn't start using. I think he was just playing. So is that the only option, G? Is it GP or 50-50? Are there straight SMYs? Or are they all considered 50-50s? Now, I heard, I was talking to one of my homies. He said there's only like 2 good level 2 yards in the state at this point. So, like, if you're going to be GP in California, you pretty much got to find yourself on a level 3. And if you don't find yourself on a level 3 and you want to remain GP, then you got to get off and get yourself to a level 3. I've seen a lot of stuff. Nachita. Yeah, and I've been hearing that too, that they're trying to integrate the yards. I would say the first thing I seen, I was in reception, and there was a young Southsider that had come into the building from another building. And what's up, Sammy? I believe so. I'm not sure on that one, Tapwood. Maybe G might be able to tell you. Yeah, I've heard that. But yeah, the first thing I seen, prison's a crazy place, and this youngster, he somebody had called him out of his name. Another race had called him out of his name in another dorm, And he was walking not too far from my bunk area, and a couple of Southsiders jumped on him and stabbed the shit out of him. And appreciate that, Sammy P. And that was like my welcome to prison moment, like, holy shit, like this is really happening. Um, yeah, I have, Sammy P. I have. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the playlist. Um, I think you shouldn't, Benjamin. Do I have PTSD? I would say a slight case of it, yeah. Um, certain things, even in the free world, having been out for a long time, uh, like certain things just give me anxiety. Yeah, I've been out since 2006. Hey, I appreciate you subscribing, Nachita. Uh, right now, the homies and Northerners be together because the peace treaty. Crazy part is, I remember me and my carnal saying this back in 2015. And look, PC gangs are majority in some yards. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard there's like so many PCs that it's becoming a logistical issue with. They can, Lewis. They can. It just depends on your actions and what you do and how you carry yourself. I did 2 years. What's up, Greedy and Scandalous? I don't know who Fleece Johnson is. No, I didn't do any time in YA, Taftwood. Corey says, any times when you were afraid for your life in there? I can't say. There were definitely some very anxious, nerve-wracking times. I was in a riot in the CCF, and in those CCFs, like, it's not correctional officers there; they're Pinkerton security guards. So when the shit kicked off, they locked the door and they called the closest pin to have people come. So I was in a riot that lasted like an hour, and like it was gnarly. You know what I mean? Like it was bad. And this one was in McFarland. But the first one I went to was Delano CCF, and it kicked off there too, and same situation, um, like it just goes on and on and on and on, and like, yeah, yeah, that sounds about right, Tapwood. Um, you know, uh, like that's where conditioning really comes. Like if you're going to jail or prison or whatever, I suggest get on that burpee routine. And you know, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. That's what they say. Yeah, yeah, Solano, and I think the other one is either maybe Calipatria. Oh, okay, Taft. Oh, Taftwood. It all makes sense now, right? Yeah. Uh, done cookies and stuff when you first get in, like a peace offering. I wouldn't say so. No, Martin. If you let people get in your pocket, they're gonna stay in your pocket. The best thing to do is be an honorable, stand-up individual and follow the policies, and you'll be all right. Don't let anybody call you out of your name. You know what I mean? Uh, what's up, D? Shout out to Boston. California prisons ain't no joke. Cali politics, yeah, no, they're definitely not. Absolutely. You guys work in prison like here? They do. Yeah, you can work in prison. You can get a job, but they don't pay much. Um, but yeah, you definitely can. Yeah, Taftwood said burpees will prepare you for a fight during lockdown. Could last for hours. And when you're on that lockdown, like that's really all you do all day. Like we're doing 2 or 3 sets of burpees and then bird bathing and like starving though. You know what I mean? Like you're starving. Central Valley says subscribe though, people. Show the homie some love. I appreciate that, Central. Uh, work as in premises. Yeah, like you work in the kitchen, you work on the yard crew, you might be a porter in the building. There's a lot of stuff you can do. And yes, the California penal system is definitely rough, D. What's your question, Ace? If you're asking weirdo stuff, I'm not going to answer it. Yeah, you got to have that wind up if you're doing time for sure, because you just never know what you're going to run into. Um, you go to medical or something, get put in a holding cell. First question is, are you active? And that's the first question you're asking the other people that are in that holding cell. And if the wrong answer comes up, then it's go time. No, they're not, Ace. California is not notorious for rape at all. In fact, maybe on the SNY side, I don't know. I've never been over there, but uh, on the GP side, that if you do something like that, you're probably going to get stabbed. You know what I mean? Martin Taylor says 559 and 661 represent. My channel's about sobriety, holy mindset, and the places where my addiction took me. What is a teardrop tattoo? It could have a lot of meanings. It could have different meanings for different people. There's a lot of tattoos that symbolize things. During those lockdowns, hell yeah, G. uh, right, exactly. Tapwood, tell them about it, bro. Motorcycle gangs in prison. Yeah, some of those guys they get locked up and they run with their people. With you know, they're either going to run with the Woods, the Southsiders, the blacks, whoever they identify with. You know what I mean? Let me get a refill on the coffee real quick, guys. We'll keep it going for a little bit. I wasn't planning on a long one tonight, but we'll run it for a little bit longer. Maybe somebody can explain what a burpee is while I'm gone. It's a good time to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You can also join and become a member if you're so inclined. Anyways, give me about 90 seconds or so. Let me refill the coffee and use the restroom, and I'll be right back on. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Oh, what's his name? Okay, I'll keep an eye out for him. We'll boot his ass if I see him. All right, guys, I'm back. So, let's see. That's the only way I ever did them. Central Valley was the three the Navy SEAL style. That was the way I like to do them. So apparently, I didn't see a comment that was made earlier, and somebody got timed out. Uh, Anybody that's talking shit to females in here, especially my wife, you will be blocked. I'm trying to grow this channel, but that sort of behavior, we're not going to accept that shit at all. So if you want to talk stupid to the females, like I said, especially my wife, then you're going to have something coming. So just a friendly public service announcement. I didn't see it earlier. I would have commented on it, but apparently the mods were on that ass. So great job, mods. So let's get back to it. You want to look at my nose, G? Uh, so let's see. He's doing a fat, really, bro? No, I never, no, I never gambled in prison. Like if I did, it was just like lightweight shit, like maybe a soup on a game of chess or something, or some burpees, you know? Yeah. Meow meow, you're a fucking idiot. Okay. So, in fact, you want to talk stupid shit? We'll we're gonna put you on a timeout for like 47 years. Bye bye. Uh, I need a new red cup, don't I? Gee. Uh, what's up, Walker? We're just talking about sobriety and addiction and where that stuff took me. Dealing with a few idiots in here, but that's all right, you know. What's up, Brandon Lopez? Yeah, we're on sobriety and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where my addiction took me. Uh, yeah, Central Valley says never gamble or owe in prison, and Bobby don't give negative. Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Uh, you know they can talk shit about me all they want. I don't really care. I've made myself a available here, so that's all right. But you know, yeah, I missed it too, and I'm not gonna repeat it. G. Uh, what's up, Brandon? How you doing? What's up, SK? It's just in the movies, Mister Wonderful. uh, if is it cool if we talk about politics? Nah, that's not really my vibe here, bro. Uh, is Brody in here or what? Corso says I'm working on my sobriety as well. Hey, congrats on that, Corso. I wish you the best of luck with that. You can do it, you know. Just you know, you got to do it one day at a time. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. Like I've got 20 years of sobriety, but you know what? That 20 years came one day at a time. At one point, I had one day. At one point, I had 1 hour. You know what I mean? And it wasn't easy, but you just have to stick with it. Find a support group, find a meeting or something. You can do online meetings now, I hear. So, uh, you know, that person deserves an attorney and a fair trial. So, gee, that person deserves an attorney and a fair trial before they get put on a timeout. So, answer me this, G. If you're in the county jail and someone comes in with some pedo charges, do they deserve an attorney and a fair trial? What's your next move, G? You gonna try to put them on a timeout? I think you know what I'm talking about. Uh, who introduced you to your addiction in the neighborhood? In the neighborhood I grew up in, I started hustling a little bit, and I used, you know, and And that's what happened, with my first connection that I ever had. I used with him. Jordan says, "What kind of semi truck you drive?" Nowadays, I do yard. So I did. Uh, Meow Meow made some pedo comments towards me. So now Meow Meow's gone. Jungle Boogie says, "I'm 5 years, no drugs or alcohol." Congratulations, Jungle Boogie. That is awesome. And like I said, I love it when people put that out there because it shows other people that you can do it. So yeah, congratulations on that. Uh, pick up and hard. Yeah, it's very easy to pick up and very hard to put down. I agree. uh, Riley says, "I have a confession." Okay. What's up, Juan Aveos? He says, "Happy New Year, brother. I was at your yard today." Happy New Year, bro. Taftwood said, "I just cold turkeyed my methadone 15 days ago." Congrats on that, bro. Like that methadone treatment, people get stuck on that shit forever. You know what I mean? And it's meant to be like a step down type of thing. So I'm really happy to hear that, bro. I hope you're doing well with it. Uh uh Lewis says 3 weeks without beer or alcohol here. Congrats on that, Lewis. Shout out to you. Keep it up. Exactly. Central Valley says, "Yep, shows other people they're not alone in the struggle, bro." Exactly. Mr. Wonderful says, "I'm 20 minutes, no alcohol." You got to start somewhere, Mr. Wonderful. I hope it's not just because the liquor store's closed, though. My drug of choice was meth. Uh, Jungle Boogie says, "I went cold turkey." Yeah, that's good stuff. Shout out to the UK. Uh, Jungle Boogie says, "I fell in love with myself in prison and didn't look back." Hey, whatever works, bro. And that's a good thing. No, he says, I think it's Narcan is what was meant to be said in case, God forbid, no one drops in front of me. Yeah, that's a good thing. I heard a commercial about that, and I thought about, because you can get it free in Cali. So I thought about getting some, you know what I mean? Just in case, like I probably wouldn't know how to use it, but just having it available could definitely help. Um, Narcan, yeah. Um, Gee, I never got my take homes. Have you ever, Donald J. Plump? Okay. Have you ever eaten a pound of fentanyl? I think I'd be dead if I did, right? Fentanyl wasn't even a thing when I was out there, or if it was, I never ran across it. Uh, it wasn't in. Uh, uh, Central Valley says, "Yo, Bobby, any side hobbies you have?" Carnal, uh, the gym is a big one, and family is the other one. Doing things with the family, and just going to the gym, trying to like I lived a really hard life when I was young, bro. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't a typical drug user. Like I had a dealer's habit. I always had large quantities around me, and I was using a lot, and it really took a toll on me. So, the wreckage of my past, I'm still dealing with that shit. Um, so I try to get into the gym. My diet is kind of up and down. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's been kind of bad lately, but like I'm just trying to have as many years on this earth as I can, you know. My family, historically, the men die young. I think my father was 65. I had a couple of uncles that went in their 40s, never met either one of my grandfathers. So, you know, I'm not only am I trying to break the cycle with my kids of not going to prison and not being addicts, but I'm trying to break the cycle of the men dying young in my family. So, uh, Jungle Boogie says, haha, gee, you should do stand up. Uh, I'll sit now for if you ever use Suboxone strips. No, I didn't do Suboxone. Read a lot of books when I was locked up, though. I've done coke once, didn't really care for it. Uh, you don't look like Lolo's, bro. I'm good, Joe. How are you? My drug of choice was meth. Yeah, and you know, it's trying to be a little bit better today than I was yesterday. That's all it is, you know. Um, you know, once you get sober, there's still other things to work on, but you know, overall life's pretty good. I'm a little heavier than I'd like to be right now, but uh, you know, I'll work on it and I'll get my weight back down. I'd like to be around 190. I'm about 220 right now. So, do I ever crave top ramen? No, I do not. That stuff, no. Brandon says he's eating ramen right now. I am a Christian, Noe. I left that ramen at the gate for the most part. uh, now, there ain't nothing wrong with it, but I ate a lot of it when I was locked up. Ramen and bologna. And now I don't, like once in a great while, I might have a top ramen, but, you know, like mix some chips and make it into a spread. But, you know, I didn't like Coke, Jake. Was the Count of Monte Cristo and Warren Buffett's snowball effect. Okay. Uh, this is an FBI 20, huh? I think you know to that the answer to that one about the shit stains, G. uh, my Wang says, "Yo, the meth shows, Bud. With all due respect, but in all honesty, girls like, yeah, it probably does. You know, like I said, life was hard early in life, but you know what? I'm an open book about that stuff. I don't care. I'm me. You know what I mean? And now I'm being the best me that I can be. Uh, that's a great book. Somebody said mention the art of war. The art of war can take the title. Can take the title though. I don't know if the human animal is a good book or not. Yeah, the art of war was good. It's just really long. Uh, Smoking it no more. I ended up in the mental hospital a couple times because of it. Nothing. Well, I'm glad to hear you're not smoking it anymore, JH. That's awesome. I appreciate that, my Wang. they they are similar. Uh, Meth is more of a longer lasting high. The Coke is more doing line after line after line type of thing. Like the meth, doing lines last a lot longer. The if you're smoking it either way though, like you're gonna burn through a bunch. And I never did the IV thing. So uh is that right, G? Well, that's good for you. No, it won't, James. You're right. The sound of a gun and the smell of the powder will never leave your mind. The last time I fired one out in the wild, if you will, I was in between two apartment buildings in Anaheim, and it was probably about 10 o'clock at night, and all the lights were off running down the way, and I popped a couple off. Somebody was being a little aggressive. I didn't want to hurt him. I just wanted to scare him. And I popped a couple off 44 Bulldog, and it was loud as hell, and that smell. And I watched all the lights start turning on in the building. And I said, oh shit, I need to hurry up and get out of here. Because I knew the cops were on the way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, JH, definitely keep it up, brother. My Wang is your profile pic. Broken Bobby. What? Double A says, hey, bro, thank you for your voice and support for the LGBT community. I support everybody, you know? If that's your thing, that's your thing, you know? Whatever. Taffwood says, how high were your socks, G? Come on, bro, sock check. Can you drop a picture in the comments? We want to see. Do you reload ammunition? Do you hunt? Or are you in the military? Do you have PTSD? William Defoe? I don't know who that is. Damn 629 SMW 44. Yeah, I had a Pittsburgh Firearms revolver as a 5-shot, and I loved that thing. That barrel looked like an elephant gun or something. Let's see. And I agree with that, my Wang. Absolutely. I liked and subscribed. This is a great discussion. Hey, thank you, Deep Bapto. I appreciate you. With the rainbow colored voodoo dolls on it, it says celebrate diversity. Smith Western 44. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think we'll probably go maybe another 15 minutes or so. It just depends on how the chat's going. He says that was aimed at G. What was aimed at G? Oh, okay. What's up, Creeping Giant? We're talking about sobriety, recovery, my addiction, where my addiction took me. You know, like I was an addict for about 15 years, and it took me to a lot of bad places, you know. I'd rather have a little snub nose revolver. Yeah. And what I always liked about the revolvers was if you did pop, you weren't leaving any evidence. Less shots, granted, you know what I mean? Mine was only a 5-shot, but to be honest with you, most of the time, if you pull that thing out, everybody starts scattering before you even pop. But if you did have to pop, you weren't leaving any evidence at the crime scene. If there was a crime scene, you know? Hey, what's up, Ramona? Appreciate you tapping in. Joe says, I don't need a gun. I don't need one anymore either. A 6-inch 44 says, that's about what mine was, I would say. It was, you could put it in the pocket, but didn't fit. Of course, you didn't joke, Joe. Okay. You almost missed it, Mona. How can you have a crime scene in the wilderness? What are you talking about, G? In Anaheim? Definitely not for conceal, right? That sounds like a personal problem, G. Are you bragging about that? In Snowflake, they, theirs. Oh, we got pronouns. Okay. Let's do that one. In jail, do guys use other guys' pronouns? Is it a safe space? In California jail, it is not a safe space. And nobody gives a shit about your pronouns. No disrespect intended, but you asked the question. So, what's so? Oh, it looks like the moderators are fighting now. Don't you just love this channel? Like everybody's trolling everybody, even the moderators are trolling. I love it. Oh, Taffwood says, "Gee, don't get the BMW." What is Eden's Gate? That's the second time I've heard that, and I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're referencing there. Snowflake has their own pronouns here. So if I said I was a she, they wouldn't care. I don't know. I mean, on an SNY yard, you'd probably be very popular. I don't know. Our most incarcerated mega. You know, when I got out last, it was 2006, and politics, you know, U.S. politics wasn't something that was really widely discussed in there, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Some of the YouTubers I follow tend to favor Trump. He did do a lot of good things for helping lifers to get out and stuff. So, yeah, but I don't know. That's a good question. Selah says, my pronouns are Trump 1. Central says, right now I have a Smith & Wesson 6-shot 38 revolver. 357 polyester Taurus, 5 shots, all black and gray. And last but not least, a Glock 22 Gen. Nice. I'm a convicted felon, so I don't own any firearms. Or do I? What would happen to a trans woman inside? I think it depends. Born woman, or if born man transing to woman, I think they would be put on a sensitive needs yard. And, you know, that side's the wild, wild west. So would that trans woman would probably have a bunch of boyfriends. On the SNY side, on GP, that shit don't fly. So Joe says, Michigan, what's up? Shout out to Michigan. Star Expert says, hello, what's up, Star Expert? Ramona says, you ain't my daddy, G. Mexican G says, I identify as a dolphin. Uh-oh. G says, at Coco and Ramona, both of you are fired for fighting on the job. Report to HR. Betty Jenkins says, you look like Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dismod. I'm not even going to try that. Taffwood says, I identify as an arm wrestler. Sela says, actually, mega people are the most liberated. Deliberated what? It kicked up too many comments all at once, I guess. Are you, as a convicted felon, are you allowed to have a slingshot? I suppose. For the longest time, I kept this big-ass screwdriver in the car because, you know, my car was a piece of shit. But if you wanted to fuck around and find out, you would. Have you seen Shot Caller? Great movie. Yeah. Actually, that's one of the more realistic movies about California prison, in my opinion. Some parts are really not that realistic, but some of that stuff, like on the shoe yard and stuff, was pretty real. The AdSeg yard. Sammy JV says 49ers. That's right. Bang, bang. Central Valley says, LOL, Bobby is HR. How's it going, Tim? How you doing tonight, bud? 91 Lantern says, baby arm wrestler. G says, I identify as hungry and high right now. What's up, Dilly? There's your shout out. G got fired from McDonald's for shoving nuggies where the sun don't shine and eating them. That's disgusting. Can a felon have a crossbow? I don't know. That's a good question. I think I could. Maybe not if you're on parole. I don't know. That wasn't a dolphin. That was an otter. I said, give me a dolphin, motherfucker. At Coco, and I used barbecue sauce. Okay, training day. If you ever get locked up, identify as a baby, then they'll give you pacifiers and diapers. Wow. Can a felon have meth? As far as I know, that would be a no. But no, Dilly. Thoughts on Wes Watson? I think he's a very successful con artist. Allegedly, was a lot of shit was far fetched, but as far as the politics go, shot caller was, yeah, I agree. Can you have a sword as a felon? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Snowflake, there says, I'm starting to feel like this may not be a safe space, guys. Comfort me, please. I'll leave that to, yeah, Zachary. The Broncos did make the playoffs because the Chiefs decided not to play. Because the Chiefs were afraid of Joe Burrow. What's up, literal trash? Back on the dope, brother? No. Yeah, I've been clean for 20 years, bro. Nothing changed there. G says, I'm the new mod in here now. I will tolerate nothing but comedy in here. All right, bring the comedy, guys. Lewis says, so what are your thoughts on cops, police? Do you hate them? At one point, I definitely did. I definitely hated those guys. Got roughed up by those guys on more than one occasion. But I've come to the conclusion that if you're a law-abiding citizen, for the most part, they leave you alone. So I don't have any beef with the cops, especially if you're watching. But, they got a job to do, and it's a tough job. So I'll say that, Let's see. Betty says Estrogen Watson lied about his bid. He did, yeah, absolutely. And so did Lefty. And I just did a video on that. You guys should go check it out. In Creeping Giant says, in SC, you can have a sword as a felon. Okay. G says, at Coco, you're dismissed from your assignment. Yeah, or the CIA could have meth, I guess, huh? Cowboys, girls, 49ers. Double D says, do you think he's a good role model as a father? Are you talking about Wes Watson? I don't think he is a father, is he? G says, there's a new sheriff in town. Never a safe within NFL. I don't know what that means. I'm going to change my name to Figurative Treasure. Uh, Central. Yeah, I have seen Hector Bravo, Central Valley. Um, uh, Man, the comments jump. I'm giving you 2 cigarettes an hour, G. Make them count, buddy. Uh-oh. Doesn't seem you are a mod. You did know CO Bravo, huh? Yeah, I'm familiar with Hector Bravo on here. I enjoy his content. Uh, was somebody talking about Kamala? Really, Gold Saucer? That's a dumb comment. Uh, and some of us know how fucked up it is in there, or how some COs have killed inmates. Also, absolutely. I did a video on uh, the incident with Ronnie Yondell not that long ago. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about as far as that goes. But yeah, like they seems like they went after him. So no, actually I've gained some weight, Paul, but I'm working on it. Andrew says Kamala needed our support and we failed her. Oh, I don't do politics, but I could say so much about that. Cops are the biggest gang in the country. Foolish to mess with them. Yeah, I agree, Donnell. G says, please lose that hat now, never. Here, in fact, let me pull it down so you can see it better. Creeping Giant says, I have court coming up. Please pray for me. What do they got on you, Creeping Giant? Or what are the accusations? We'll definitely keep you in our prayers. uh, Out of soprano voice class, we'll listen to you. Nobody's going to miss Biden but the beta males and cartels. All right, let's have another cigarette, Central Valley. Absolutely. Mexican G says COs ain't hard. They can get got too. I agree. I mean, look at what happened in Ironwood just a few months ago. They thought they were hard, and then basically the whole yard went off on them. So I think they life flighted a couple of those COs out of that joint. So yeah, they know. It's crazy. Yardell is he back on the main line? I follow a channel called Solid Behind Blue Eyes. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's somebody that's very familiar with that. I'm not going to say who he is, but he's in um, New Folsom in the RHU. He's been stuck back there forever. Yeah, you should check him out. I guess when they kicked everybody out of the shoe, he never made it back to the main line. Yeah, go check it out. Solid Behind Blue Eyes. Uh, Awayo. I appreciate you keeping count, G. That's why you're the top moderator. Are you trying to moderate my smoking? Weed plus pistol, 2 felony. Ooh, you must be. You're definitely not in Cali, because unless you got caught with a bunch of weed. But hopefully you got a good attorney, Creeping Giant, because I know the gun charges in Cali are no joke. Uh, Eddie says you're a lazy sack of shit. All right, Eddie. Are you cousin Eddie from National Lampoons? Uh, Taftwood says, yeah, all the legends got released from the shoes. Right. Yes, sir. A couple of them are never got out though, from what I understand. Like I said though, check out Solid Behind Blue Eyes. They do it live a couple times a week, and the it's homeboy that's still in there, and it's his old lady. He's calling, and they do a live, and he talks about the Pelican Bay shoe, the hunger strikes, and like current situations in there. It's all screwed up in there, you know. Um, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I support those guys. So yeah, it's a good channel, and it definitely lets you know what's going on in there these days. You know. Uh, oh, you're in Georgia, Creeping Giant. Okay, yeah, it's definitely different out there. Uh, Legions. No, actually, I like that term, legends. I know Dubs uses that on his channel, but it really sums up. It's a good way because I don't use organizational names. I don't talk about that stuff. None of that stuff's not my business, you know. Uh, but yeah, I seen it. I'm pretty sure you're talking about Boxer. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, I seen it. But you know, the thing is, in the California Department of Correction, those guys are legends. So without, you know, like I said, I don't talk about those organizations. So yeah, yeah, I like Dub's content. He's got some good stuff, you know. Yeah, yeah, I seen it. It was it Soft White Underbelly or something? I think like I seen the interview. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that comment, G. Um, yeah, I hooped Mexican Jesus. Real shit. I hooped a chainsaw once. Hopefully, it wasn't running. Uh, so what? What are you talking about, bro? You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. I had heard about it, so I checked it out. I watched most of it. It was interesting. That guy was definitely very articulate. Um, I could see why he was a leader at one point. You know that what you guys are saying about Cali. That I think that's what you see on TV. If you come to Cali, go to San Bernardino and say that. Go to South Central and say that. You know what I mean? Like go to neighborhoods in Rivas and say that. I bet you might be surprised. Yeah. Okay. So what? I'm not young. I'm just smarter than all the sheep. Uh, get that smoke up in. Oh, did he put out an interview with Mundo too? I think Mundo was like one of the first people I seen on YouTube that caught my eye, and then like I just branched out into watching other people talk about stuff. What would my elbow web tattoos be deemed inside? Do they still have meaning, or are they a thing of the past? You know, I've seen people with that. A lot of people say that has to do with like being caught in the system. If you've done a lot of time, then that's probably something that you would have. It's not a Quest for Six hat. It's actually a throwback, but I'm gonna keep on rocking it. I'm a loyal one, you know. I'm a. They call us the faithful. I don't. necessarily like that term, but I've been rocking with my boys since the 80s. It ain't going to stop anytime soon. So, and I'm going to rock it all during the playoffs. And everybody's lucky we didn't make it. uh, Sheep G and Young. That's weird that you listen to Skibidi. Huh? uh, Need your hat brimmed. It will look better. uh, you've obviously never been in a California prison, so what? Um, uh, Check it on inside some nice places, like recently at an upscale. Yeah, some people just don't understand. Tattoos are like so mainstream these days. Uh, what are you saying? Political policy. Yeah, no, I agree with you as far as the politics. Absolutely. You know, uh, the gas prices definitely suck. Although they're coming down a little bit. You ever watch OG Badger's channel? If so, what are your thoughts on his recent arrest? That sucks. Yeah, I'm familiar with OG Badger. I wasn't really following him that closely. His early stuff was really good, I thought, but like I don't know, something about his channel had changed. Maybe he was using and obviously he didn't say that, but it sucks that he got caught up in that arraignment, and it looks like he's going to be gone for a long time. And it's unfortunate because dude's got some health issues, but he seemed like a good guy. So I hope he gets out. Uh One of these days you should. International Man of Mystery, I think you need to go. Uh that's good that you were only in prison as a visitor. Yeah. And I agree with you. So what? And that's the reason that I do this channel about sobriety. And I tell stories about where my addiction took me because I don't want other people to get caught up in the system like I was. So, I guess on that, I agree with you. I should do the hot chip challenge. Maybe someday. We'll see. Uh, Q says Sammy's upper lip is bigger than his bottom lip. Okay. Sammy says 49ers all day long. No, that's right. Uh, yeah, and the thing is, like his content had changed, um, and then it became like really regular and stuff, and like I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it anymore. But I was really saddened to hear that he was locked up again. Probably not, G, because he started getting high, and you could see, yeah, exactly. Like I heard one of the last videos was about him getting like a trailer or something, and some people have talked about his case and stuff, and he was dealing in some stuff, and he was attached to some people allegedly, and it's just real unfortunate. The thing is, when you allow yourself to be in desperate situations, you do desperate things sometimes. And unfortunately, there's plenty of feds out there paying attention to the communications going on between institutions and people. So, I'm not saying that that's what was going on with him, but from what I've heard, that's what it sounds like. Like he got caught up. OG says doing a bid helps you appreciate the small things in life like shitting alone. I agree. I agree. I have 4 children and 10 grandchildren. Uh, hey, what happened to the man of mystery? He was explaining some interesting. uh, I thought they discontinued the one chip challenge. Maybe you have to start donating before you request him to do a challenge. Yeah, you can definitely do a super chat or cash app. More after being incarcerated, otherwise you end up going back. Right. And it's the small things like just being able to jump in your car and go to the store and get a bag of chips or something. Um, what? Give me just a quick minute, guys. We'll probably keep it going for a little bit longer, but I need to go run and use the restroom. So give me a second. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And give me just a quick second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, guys. My apologies. Nature called, though. Uh, let's see what we've missed here. Uh, uh, is the first streamer I actually enjoy watching his lives. Lewis says, at Broke Bobby is the first streamer I actually enjoy watching his lives. Anyone else feel the same? Appreciate that, Lewis. That is appreciated. Uh, went for another Cadillac, I bet. What up, everyone? I'm so gay, it's not even funny, says Snowflake Day Theirs. All right, shout out to you. That Keefy coffee, oh God, don't remind me of that shit. In the bag, right? What's up, Johnny Depp? I'll let you tell it, G, about that. I'm really gay. It's only gay if you keep doing it. I don't know about that, G. Do me a favor, guys, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. We're going up on this channel, and yeah, that chip ain't no joke, though. What do you say? Central Valley, he's obviously done time. Coffee, no sugar, only add some Snickers. Oh boy, yeah, I remember that. Uh, Tapfoot says you're only gay if you push back. Snowflake says, "Oh shit, I'm not even really gay then." I know you like it. Let me give you a close up on it. Bang, bang. Johnny Depp says, don't know about all this gay stuff, but I hit the like. I appreciate you, Johnny Depp. Yeah, I don't know about it either, you know? GHB, a secret ingredient. It sounds like some of you guys may have been GBG in prison. If you know, you know. Right. And I agree with you on that one, Acne. Snowflake, respectfully, that's okay that you're gay, but why do you guys always have to announce they're gay? I don't announce I'm straight. Who wants nuts in their coffee? What's up, Pat God? I'm glad you feel welcome here, Snowflake. San Fran, really? Uh-oh. Is it Stella Saint says, I respect San Francisco, aka the sucker free city in the whole Bay Area. Yeah, shout out to the Bay Area. He looks like from Squid Games. What's up, baby J? Let's all smoke one together, huh? George W. Bush is in the house. What's your favorite cancer stick, bro? I'm smoking the Montegos. That's what they are. Mexican G said, I heard Savage Studios was GBG. Savage Studios is resting in peace right now, so I'm not going to touch on that one. I used to watch his channel. He gave some pretty good insight as far as the SNY and stuff, and kind of changed my perspective on that. Oh, okay. That's right. Shout out to the Bay. Yep. So, gee, I'm going to need a $2 super chat so I can run down to the store and get another Bic. Hook your boy up. You want to be a mod? There's a price with that. San Francisco reminds me of the show Full House, yeah. I don't need weed. I'm like 95. Damn, I look fucking great for being 95. Go ahead and light one up. It's only gay if you. What's up, Pralad? Oh. Lighter's gone. Pack it with a tack refill. I might have to trip the socket over here in a minute. I don't know. We'll see. Q says, I paid 5 G's to become a mod. He's getting in for $2. That's cold. A Bic lighter and a pack of Montegos. Hey, Tapwood coming through with the $2 super chat. Go get yourself a lighter. Shout out to you, Tapwood. What's up, JC87? PCP cigarette from training day. You're going to get wet today. It's story time. Yes, Paige. So we are almost 2 hours into this. Now, Montego Red 100's Mr. Disclosure. You made $24 already. Butt naked Sherm. Appreciate you, Acne. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like while you're in here, if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build something here. What's up? Shout out to Indonesia. What's up, PP? Uh, got tricked into. Okay. YouTube won't allow you to be straight for 7 days. Why are you letting YouTube have so much power over your life? Oh, here, gee, let me pull the hat down just a little bit so you can see the logo. Do you see it? So the plan was half a tank of gas. How do we donate? Not bad, half a tank of gas. How do we donate? You could hit the Cash App. It's in the description. If you want to donate towards some gas, we're always accepting donations for gas. It is California after all. Man, pretend to be. Maybe you should think about getting sober, JC, if that's the case. How do they super chat? Down at the bottom by the comment bar, there is a little couple of little dots right there. You can hit those dots and it'll give you the option to join or drop a super chat if you're so inclined to do so. Appreciate that, G. My name is Angel. What's up, Angel? Let's see. As a matter of fact, Carnell, my old YouTube name was Local Park 559. I don't know if you remember me though, homie. Are you still on? You still got stuff up? I'll go over and check it out. Everybody go over and check that out. Local Park 559. I can't say I do remember, but I'll definitely check it out. On the GP side, there's no such thing as a male prostitute in California. I never seen it. I mean, I didn't do 20 years or anything, you know what I mean? But, it's GP everywhere I went. And, yeah, I never seen that. Maybe on the SNY side. Oh, okay. You won't get the super chat for a while though, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's all good, man. I appreciate it. It all adds up, Q says, or click the dollar bill sign. Okay, I don't. No, it's all good. Am I a hillbilly? I guess I could be. I'm from Southern California, though. Are there hillbillies in Southern California? Maybe. You mean the PC side? Yeah. Yuri says, Jesus loves you all. Have a blessed night. Much love. Shout out to you. Audrey's getting demonic on us over here, apparently. Yeah, the SNY side. Sensitive needs or protective custody. What do you want to hear about? Are you healthy? Yes. Install an ashtray. The Beverly Hillbillies. Mexican G says, praise Jesus. Yes, absolutely. So we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and I'm planning on hitting the gym tonight. So I think we are going to be wrapping it up here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Tell you a story about cats. Happy New Year, Eduardo. Good night, Lewis. Appreciate you tapping in. God is good. I agree. I'm almost out of coffee. Looks like there's still 30 of us in here, though. Wow, that's crazy. I do like dogs, yes. But shout out the homies from Local Park 13, South Central LA, the low bottoms, 559 to the 213. Definitely shout out to the homies from Local Park 13. Appreciate you, Central Valley. Nice gym time. Yes, sir. Let's hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on this. We're at 78 right now. Did I have a pet growing up? Yes, I did. Several. McDuffie takes his gym time very seriously. Okay. My interest is my family. That's honestly my biggest interest. Football. I love watching the 49ers play. Unfortunately, our time is up this year, but we'll be watching the playoffs and rooting against the Chiefs because that's what I do. They beat us in the Super Bowl, so they got to go. But they're a force to be reckoned with. I realize that they were very strategic in making sure the Bengals didn't get in. So, would you shout out Handicap Superman? Goes live every day, my roommate. Shout out to Handicap Superman. Check out his lives. He goes live every day. Jake the Snake says, don't underestimate the capabilities of McDuffie. He's the pound for pound greatest wrestler on the planet. I don't know who he is. Paige Costa says, I'm out of Detroit Lions. Hey, you got a good squad this year, the right momentum and everything, a lot of injuries. So we'll see how it turns out. That's right. Yeah. And that's good too. I enjoy sports, Yeah, I already shouted him out. You know what? The Bengals came on strong at the end, man. I was really hoping that they were going to get in. That's my wife's team. She loves the Bengals, and Burrow and Chase were like on a historic tear. And I honestly think that the Chiefs didn't even seem like they tried against the Broncos because they didn't want to see the Bengals, in my humble opinion. So it was what it was, though. I mean. You do not know McDuffie. He knows you very well. Does he? Okay. What are you talking about, G? Tell him to shout you out. Get those likes up. He's at 500 subs so far. Yeah, go over and check him out. You said Handicap Superman? Handicap _ Superman, right? Yeah, go check him out. Help him get to that 1,000 mark so that he can get monetized, YouTube can be hard work at times, to be honest with you, so if dude's putting in the work, go check him out. And where you step back and look at sports and entertainment and think this is just breads and circus. Central Valley says, subscribe, like the video, gente. People show the homie Bobby some love. Straight love, though. Appreciate you, Central Valley. Can you shout out McDuffie? He wants to promote his business as a mortician. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, Baker's doing pretty good, though, he's doing pretty good. Mike Evans is good. I think they're going to be in the mix, The NFC is a little more wide open. I think the AFC, there's like 2 or 3 teams there that, Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore. In the NFC, you got Detroit is the powerhouse, and then I think everybody else is like a notch below. But, playoff football, anything can happen, I look like I talk about Democrats a lot. If you do something stupid at work, then I'd say, man, he must be a Democrat. No, I'm just playing. Oh, did he start? Trey Lance actually got to start? He was a Niner. And then he got traded over there, and Yeah. Roman circus, so they say. Republican here. Yes, sir. Uh, I'm excited for the draft too, to be honest with you. I think we got like pick number 11 or something. That's the highest we've drafted in a while. And to be honest with you, draft day is almost like the Super Bowl around our house. Like we'll get some chips and some pizza and stuff and check it out, and pay attention to who we want them to draft. We want O line and D line this year. That's my wish list. So we'll see what happens. Kyle Shanahan will probably draft a wide receiver and a running back though, because that's what Kyle does. Jones acted like. Do I look like I talk about Democrats a lot? Because I do. Okay. She says, what's my Cash App? My Cash App is in the description. It's # Broken Bobby 72. I believe it's Broken Bobby 72. Maybe somebody can look at the description and tell me. I am ready for January 20th. Gucci Flamingo says, are you Mexican? No. Of entertainment like any other person. I think the world would lose a lot of beauty and value without it, but all of the same, some of it, yeah, and some of it is definitely distraction. I mean, originally, when in the Roman times, they would do stuff like that as a distraction, like with the lions and stuff like that. Um, so, yeah, I agree. Whose wife are you talking about, Jake? I don't. What happened? Did I miss something? Stella Saint says January 20th can't come fast enough. G says Niners need a new water boy this year. Water boy was slow. Snowflake says, yeah, like Coco said, throw your Cash App. We should do a fantasy. Registered Republican since 2011, says Salah. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything. Hey, Q, can you put my Cash App up? Somebody was asking about that. Still working. There it is. It's # Broken Bobby 72. Thank you, Snowflake. Theirs. Theirs. Sorry. I don't even know who the hell McDuffie is. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't wait until January 16th. Yeah, Jake the Snake, you're going to get in trouble. What? Did I miss something or what? I don't know what you're talking about, McDuffie. What's up, JT? You know what sounds good, brother? Some carne asada and chili bean fries, nachos added. Oh man, and sour cream, or some sloppy joes. I haven't had a sloppy joe in a while. Actually, that does sound pretty good. The Cash App is # Broken Bobby 72. I don't have an opinion, Kuru. I don't do politics on here. Who is McDuffie? Howdy in words. What's up, Orwellian? Man, oh man. Let's see here. Jim K says January 20th, I'm going to be doing the Trump dance hourly. Playing while blasting YMCA or what? Paige Costa says the Cash App is # Broken Bobby 72. I appreciate it. A la food. What's your. Are you going to the inauguration? No, I am not. Jim K says, what are you all about? This channel's about sobriety and where my addiction took me. County jails, prison, stuff that happened on the streets. Yeah. Is a corner for K. McDuffie is a corner for Kansas. Oh, okay. Acne says, I haven't had a sloppy Joe in like 4 years now that I think of it. Thank you, Sandro. You reminded me of them. Shawarma wants to see some paperwork. Wow. G says, bless my boy's Cash App. I appreciate you, G. It's money sign Broken Bobby 72. If you're so inclined, you know. I'm an addict and struggling to quit. I need some advice, brother. I'm on Fent. Wahid Javid. I would say the best advice I could offer is find an NA meeting in your area. Jump on Google, Narcotics Anonymous meeting near me, and go check it out. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to talk or anything. Just go in there and sit down and listen and peep it out. You know what I mean? Try to find somebody that's similar to you and maybe ask them to be your sponsor and help you work the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. That's honestly the best place that you could go. I would say you're going to probably need some assistance with that though. So, yeah, and those withdrawals can definitely be nasty. Maybe you might want to look at trying to maybe check out like the Salvation Army or Google in-house treatment near me. The devil says, thank you for sharing your heroin with me last night. Wow. Taftwood says methadone prevents withdrawal. Yeah, you could look into methadone treatment as well, you know. That's a good step down program doing the methadone maintenance. So that's something you could look into as well. You could Google help for addiction in your area and see what pops up. You know, like you're probably going to need some help depending on how long you've been an addict and the volume of drugs that you've been doing. But you could there's definitely help out there. So I like Celebrate Recovery, says Paige. Yeah, definitely. I believe in you. You have so much to live. Yeah. Acne says, Wahid, I believe in you. You have so much to live for, man. Absolutely. I agree. I warn you that methadone is a wild other animal. Yeah, and it is. I agree. I've heard stories about it. People end up stuck on it sometimes, but it's definitely better than the alternative. But it's King Direct says methadone is an opiate. They are treating opiates with opiates, but it's more controlled, in my opinion. Um, you know, using on the streets, like you don't know the potency of what you're using, and that's where the overdoses come in. With the methadone, I don't think you have to worry as much about an overdose. Um, uh, Are you Muslim? If you pray 5 times a day, you won't want to get high no more. She's addicted to fast food. Yeah, you definitely want to be careful with it, though. Acne for reals, though, you just thought about it right now, no lie. Should have been 10 years for me now that I have thought about it. It keeps kicking me out of there. Taftwood says, so with methadone, you can live a semi-normal life. It doesn't get you high. It's just like a maintenance thing. do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button if you would. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes before we end this one. Central Valley says, "Yo, Bobby, remember back in the day that kryptonite green rock on the pink one?" Oh my lord! I remember when I was real young, like probably about 18, and the Connect brought over like the common stuff with like pink rock and stuff like that, like with the meth. That was before crystal became big, and he brought over. He called it the mean green, and I had quite the habit already, and uh, and he brought it over and he said, "Man, you don't want to do too much of this." I'm in Southern California, Wahid. Uh, Nabula says back in my day, COVID-19 was a thing, but he brought over. Uh, he called it the mean green, and people are always hyping up their product. Oh man, this is the stuff that like it's so good, like it's way better than the last stuff. And he said, "Man, just do a little line. I'm telling you, bro, don't do too much." The mean green, right? So like I was doing like lines longer than the pin and probably about as fat as the pin. And he said, "No, man, you just want to do a little bit of this stuff." So I did a little bit. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll just do another line in 5 minutes. But I did that little line, and for like 12 hours, like I was on a sick one from that little line. I was like, holy shit, where did this stuff come from? Like I wanted to like paint the house and shit. But yeah, like there definitely was some stuff. I don't think it's like that anymore. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was before crystal really became mainstream. This was more like the crank stuff back then, but you know, much better. Uh, uh, Rama says drug got him by the balls. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been clean for 20 years. uh, let's see. It might suck and feel like you're dying, but unfortunately, that's what they make the drugs do, withdrawals. Yeah, and to be honest with you, in regards to that with the withdrawals, it's better to do it in more of a controlled environment. Like if you get locked up, they don't offer you much as far as withdrawals. Like I've seen people like go through some really nasty withdrawals and lockup. So it's much better to do it, by your own accord rather than uh, having to do it like a forced detox basically in lockup because that's I don't wish that on nobody. Oh, definitely. Tony Yayo says, "Did you do the peanut butter stuff back?" Oh yeah, that's what was big when I first started using was the peanut butter. And then I don't know if they got some food coloring or what happened, but there was pink, there was blue, uh, like a bunch of different ones. But originally it was the peanut butter crank, and then there was stuff that smelled like diesel real bad. They were bringing it over in the diesel tanks. Uh, oh man. uh, yeah, and that's the way meth was. Initially when I started doing meth, super productive, and then after a while, like I didn't want to do shit. I was just selling it out of the house basically, and uh, like I got completely lazy. And if I didn't have it, I definitely wasn't doing anything. So uh, that crank, one sniff to the pink crank, had me up for yeah. Oh man, yeah, and that peanut butter. Oh wee, my God, that stuff. Even when you're high, pray for the strength and willpower to stop using. Exactly. Yeah. Oh man. Tony, peanut butter in the yellow. In the yellow, yep. Yeah, it was all Pisa dope back then, pretty much. Bathtub crank, basically. uh, Wahid says I was doing real well for myself. Uh, I'm 30, had my own business. Money wasn't an issue. Rolex cars, I actually lost it all, man. Life been rough. This year got a little better, but it's still not good. Yeah, and the thing is, as you move into sobriety, like the opportunity will be there to get all that stuff back, bro. So, I wish you the best of luck with that, and I will definitely keep you in my prayers. Um, there's definitely a better life out there, and you've already experienced it, so uh, just keep pushing in the right direction, bro. Damn, brought me back a lot old gangbanging memories, right? Man, the 90s were wild. That San Bernardino was off the hook back then. Uh, shit, the toilet full. Yeah, bro. The devil said on that comment you made. The devil, just knowing the connection was on the way. Like I had to use the restroom. To be honest, Acne says, Wahid, you'll be in my hours of prayers. What's your first name? It's strictly green herbs. Yeah, I've been clean for a few years now, but a lot of the paisa dope uh, around Rubido, Miraloma was still pretty solid 5-10 years ago. Oh, okay, yeah, it's been. Could you really, Gregory? I will try my hardest. I'm tired of being sick and tired, and I'll keep you in my prayers, Wahid. I'll be live again next weekend, so be sure to join me. Like I would love to hear an update on how you're doing, bro. That's kind of what this channel is about. It's a support group. It's all those things, So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I got my first 5 steps of sobriety up already. You can check out those videos as well. Um, Acne, he says Wahid is my first name. Uh, yes, you will. And we're glad that you tapped in, Wahid. Appreciate that. Take a back in those days. Oh yeah. Tony says so glad I'm clean now. The San Bernardino Riverside scene is grimy now, and fentanyl messed everything up. I agree. And what's up with all these busts where people are getting caught with 20 pounds in an unregistered vehicle? Like the streets are so flooded with that shit these days. I remember back in my day when I first got into it, there would be a bust and the streets would dry up. Like the streets don't dry up no more. Like that shit is everywhere. So, I'm praying for everybody that's trying to get clean or that is new into recovery. Just keep doing your thing, Uh, it gets easier with time, So, uh, uh, okay, right? Yeah, that was always a thing with the North and the South. I don't know if that stuff's still going on these days with all the peace treaties in jail and stuff, but I remember when I was a youngster, they would talk shit about Northerners, and there weren't no Northerners within a couple 100 miles of us. uh, Tony Yayo says, "Oh yeah, dope is everywhere now. Lots of people moving big numbers. I mean, you can't get a pound for a grand or even 900. Wow, that's crazy. You couldn't get a quarter pound for that back then. Like you'd be lucky to like an ounce. Like I had a really good plug like in the late 90s and like I was getting ounces for like 450 and like shit, you can almost buy a pound for that now. That's crazy." Yeah, the game sounds like the game is way different, definitely. G says fentanyl zombies all over San Bernardino. Damn. Well, Matt, maybe you shouldn't be commenting. Maybe you should go take care of that. All right, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Uh, and we'll wrap it up for the night. We're almost 2.5 hours in. Damn, Central Valley says shit. I can get an ounce for 100 right now. That's crazy. Yeah, it's almost like it's not even worth being in the game anymore. To be honest with you, with the stuff being so cheap, like you're taking felony chances for crumbs. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Uh, Creeping Giant says my friend's dad did 8 years, got out soon. DVDs for the first time, started working, was doing so good, bought a house, married, then had a relapse, and is now back in prison. Yeah, like it's a crazy cycle. Uh, man, that you're in Tulare County. Okay, that's crazy that it's that cheap. I can't, man. I mean, I can believe it, but like it almost seems unbelievable. But yeah, that's what I heard. Tony Yayo says every homeless tweaker in the IE got at least a quarter zip on them nowadays at all times. That $30 eight for an 8 ball. That's crazy. The game is definitely a joke. Uh oh. Are we out of clicks here? Uh, I feel as long as we follow him, whether okay. Uh, yeah, and that trips me out too. Salah Saint says now they use fentanyl too because all the meth is cut with it, and they got used to it. Yeah, I mean that's I don't understand that. It's like uppers and downers combined. Like, I think the lighter's done. Okay. Uh, Thank you. Now that's teamwork. The last lighter went out. Wifey brought me another one. Love you, baby. You're the best. Uh, let's see. Sala says I tried everything but crack and acid. I fucked around but never used any needles. Never got addicted. Yeah, I never used a needle. I had a good homeboy when I was young that was on the needle, and he told me, he said, "You ever find out you're on that needle, I'm gonna jump on you." And I didn't take it personal. You know what I mean? Like I really appreciate that. That was Tow Truck Kim. If you're in the IE, you probably know who he is. We're doing well tonight, Eric. Appreciate you tapping in. Uh, Wifey came in clutch, definitely. What's up, Akash? What did Coke going for? I don't know. I think that's more expensive though. We got a new flame, baby. We're still in the game. Last I heard that was like 5 years ago, like 1,000 a zip or something. Like it wasn't cheap. Uh, how you cut an yeah? Like I don't get that. Uh, what is up, XEM? Greetings from Mexico. Greetings to Mexico. Appreciate you tapping in. Wasn't Oxy 30 milligram, then got yeah. uh no lie, I think mid late 200s in 2011 or 12, that pink peanut butter blue and kryptonite was for sure gone already here in the Tulare County area. Yeah. Didn't choose a clown today. What? Cali 10. When I say cut, I mean add because the minuscule amount of fentanyl in the meth ain't enough to step on it. It's just enough to make the meth more physically addictive. Oh, I see. Okay. The blue and pink was around Riverside until the 2010s, but yeah, you're right. The other types were gone before then. Oh, did Tow Truck Kim have? Yeah, he did. He was in Muscoy. He was at a Muscoy. He was one of the more well-known dealers in Muscoy at that time. Um, if and he was known for always having high quality shit, you know. So shout out to Tow Truck Kim. Yeah, my uncles would go through and see him. I didn't really buy from him, but yeah, it was definitely a different time for sure, you know. What's up, No Cap? I'm doing all right. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe and check out my playlist. Um, I got like 350 videos and shorts up. A lot of my stuff is war stories about where, oh, the dude with a tow truck named Kim. Yeah, exactly. When am I going to stream some WWE 2K24? Probably never. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I ran around in Muscoy in the early 90s. That place was off the hook. Nah, I was born before that, even. Uh, yeah, I knew those sheriffs out there, Tony. I knew a couple of them by name, and they knew who I was. Mackey and Everbeck, man, those guys were on my bumper nonstop. Like I had to creep when I was out there. Uh, Jim Beam, age 7 years, marijuana, indica, crack cocaine, glass pipe with sponges, lighters. I'm praying for you, KRS TNT. Or tow truck that had a guy named Kim drive it. All right, his name was Kim. He was a dope dealer. He sold meth, and he had a tow truck. Okay, I live in New York, by the way. Okay, what's up, Ford? And drugs are a fucking plague. I agree. Just a tool of government mind control. Yep. When they talk about legalizing it, like I'm completely against that. Some places they have legalized it, and it's not going to do any good, you know? Creeping Giant says, hit the like. The cartel is listening. Maybe. Shout out to the cartel. I got no issue with those fellas. Uh, that's one thing that made IE Street culture different. The woods and skins really were on point. Yeah, that place was wild back then. Yeah, a tow truck that had a guy named Kim, right? Gee, yeah, you nailed it, buddy. My uncle, if he sobered up, I hope he comes around. He's such a great person, but I feel like I barely recognize him now. And that's the unfortunate thing. That's what drugs does to us, you know. Uh, he be tweaking, saying the cartel is right. Uh, Gee, just on one with it, huh? Seven says, "Why are you broken?" I'm not broken anymore. This is Broken Bobby's transformation. I was broken when I was addicted, but I have transformed my life, and I'm hoping to help other people to transform their lives as well. Uh, this isn't like a Wes Watson thing, like I'm trying to sell you a program or something. Like I just do videos and I do lives on the weekends and Monday nights. And, I want to help people to get their lives together because you owe it to the people that love you. You know, like there's nothing more heartbreaking than to have a family member that's addicted to drugs and you can't do anything to help them. So, and I was that family member that was loved and that was addicted to drugs. So, Shawarma says I shoot weed in my neck. Congratulations. I don't know how you get it to break up in the needle, but okay. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Gee, uh, I'm sure he did. Uh, Harley Chopper, 1977 says, "Hook up with JD Delay, addiction specialist. He is a good dude." Yeah, I'm familiar with JD Delay. I enjoy his content. I don't know. So I'm almost out of coffee. I kind of want to keep this going, but let's see what the charge is. We're at 40%. I think we're going to have to wrap this up in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Uh, I'm not judging anybody. What's up, Riley? Um, you say about owing it to the ones you love is effing true. Yeah, absolutely. Angel Baby Alvera says, dude, what you said about owing it to the ones you love is effing true. Because you know what? We end up in these institutions and shit, and then we expect them to send us money and stuff because we were dumbasses. If I'm just keeping it 100 with you guys, like they didn't tell us to go use drugs and shit and get in trouble. But like when I went to prison, like my wife was sending me money. She didn't have money to send me. Like I had to tell her to stop sending me money because I knew she couldn't afford to send me money, but she wanted to make sure I was all right. And it made me feel like a piece of shit because, um, I put myself there. Like, like at some point, like we got to get accountable with our actions. Um, I could say, oh, well, so and so snitched on me and that's why I'm in prison. Well, if I wasn't fucking doing drugs to begin with, then they couldn't snitch on me. So, that's just my thoughts on that. Sorry for the little rant there, but, appreciate you, Harley Chopper, for subbing. Uh, uh, what the next goals? The first goal, obviously, is getting sober, right? Then, working on what we feel we need to work on. That's more of an individual thing. So, uh, yeah, he may have done that a few times, Joe. Uh, G says 5 more likes for 100. Appreciate that, Zool. Uh, G says 5 more likes. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. He says, "Has anybody tried kratom or shrooms to get sober?" I haven't. Um, Brother, shut your face. I'll do a fat line of cocaine. Riley, you're an idiot. I'm just going to say that plain and simple. Shut your face. Hey, man, level 4 high. Hey, what's up, Mike Jiggy? He says level 4 baby high desert. Man, that joint was off the hook. I don't know how it is these days, but I know when I was in reception, all the buzz was about high desert. I mean, obviously Pelican Bay and Corcoran Shoes were places that people talked about, but high desert, like if anything, you wanted to go to Susanville to go to fire camp, but you didn't want to end up in high desert unless you were really striving to be, one of those guys basically, because high desert. I'm glad you made it out. You said at first smoking dope, uh, had me always doing stuff and getting shit done. But after a while, yeah, and that's what it does, you know. Dawson says high five, high five. uh, G says one more. Please say Ram Ram. How's the homeless shelter from the text phone? I don't know. Maybe you could tell me. Not sure. Uh, After I got clean from fent and to help with the obsession and that, I had to detox from that. So he's saying not to use kratom. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Uh, I don't know how they went from 99 to 98. I'm in Cali. Quaaludes? Yeah, that was like at the beginning of my addiction. Quaaludes were still a thing. I never messed with them though. Um, Two more likes, says G. Most only blame the rat, but you right. If you wasn't doing illegal shit, be nothing to rat on. That yeah, yeah. You know, and it took me a long time to get there, to be honest with you, you know. Like I always wanted to blame it on somebody else, but you know, that's what I tell people now, you know, like if you don't do anything that people can tell on, then what is there to tell, you know? So okay. Text phone says I live in a 6-bedroom house. Congratulations, text phone. I'm very happy for you. But are you happy? Are you sober? Because if you're not, you're probably going to lose it all. Uh, the war on drugs won when that drug. Uh, if you're going to, with number, my pill addiction, I lost my kids and I watched my mother suffer from me being all effed up. Yeah, and unfortunately, it happens to too many people, you know? Um, we need one more like. Most Americans are drug addict junkies and criminals, but I'm not. Well, congratulations, Text Phone. I'm happy for you. Keep living that good life. My sobriety date is August the 9th, 2004, so I'm a little over 20 years. Level 4 BGF. Damn. Shout out to the BGF. Are you in the backyard? Gee. Broken Bob, just keep on doing you, brother. God bless. I appreciate you, Robert De Leon. Tilo 13. F drugs, that's right. Trucking King says, like right now. You should clean up. Okay. Trucking King says, and subscribe. That's unfortunate, G. I was on meth. I like calling the police on homeless people. Okay. Text phone. Riley, you're an idiot. Yeah. Well, hopefully you won't be broken for too long, Marlon. You know, we do recover, so it is definitely a possibility. I'm doing good, Mohammed. How are you? Can I stay the night, Broken Bobby? It's cold out here. Not condoning weed, but it helps me. Yeah, and the thing is, if it does help you, then weed's legal in a lot of places now. So uh, so you have to go with the lesser of the evils, and if that helps you, then I would say go for it. Saved by Grace says, "Stay strong, my brother." I appreciate that. Uh, Appreciate that. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Mohammed. Like it, Michael J. Angel Baby says, thank you for speaking about your life. Owning up to your addiction repercussions is what real men do. It's effing crazy. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. No Cap says we going to keep fighting for others too. Prayers to all. Absolutely. Uh, I appreciate you, Marlon. Bravo. And uh, appreciate the like, Mohammed. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe. Uh, Tony Yayo says hot rails were my favorite way to do meth. That shit fucked me up. You know what? I almost got into that, and I never did. Fortunately, I guess. Uh, I got busted. I was planning on doing it, and I got busted. So, uh, haven't smoked bud in years, but should be legal before alcohol. Yeah, I agree. Uh, how do you feel about if one of your kids decides to smoke weed? Do you consider it a drug or not? Um, I would prefer they didn't because it does have addictive qualities, but it is legal in California. Like I would prefer my kids don't drink or do any of that stuff, just because I know where um, I know what it can do to you. But if it's legal, then and they're adults, then But fortunately for me, my kids don't. Muhammad says, I am already subscribed, you brother. I am your old subscriber and old supporter. Big respect for you and big support. I appreciate you, Muhammad, and thanks for rocking with me. Uh, don't kill people. Alcohol kills people in many different ways. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, bang, bang, Niner gang. Oh, guys, we are down to 37%. I think we're going to have to wrap it up here shortly. But Travis says, I always snorted, loved the drainage, then got in a car wreck and it was all opiates. Sorry to hear that, bro. Um, uh, Not the Niners, though, Bobby. I am 7 weeks without alcohol, says Lost Soul. Congratulations on that. That is awesome. Keep it up. You got this. What's up, Bay Area Rob? How you doing? All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up for the night. Do me a favor. Yeah, hopefully they do. Bay Area Rob. Uh, yeah, it's that style. So, anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up for the night, guys. I appreciate everybody. This has been a really good one. Uh, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out, if you would. And it's just about building a strong foundation around you. Buenos noches, Central Valley. Appreciate you. This has been a good one. Um, it's about building a strong foundation around you and having a good support group that's going to help you move in the right direction. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out. And let me give a quick shout out to the moderators, Ramona, Q, Cora, and whatever Jake's going by these days. He changes it a lot. So, anyways, have a good night, guys, and don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing.